We can start nowhere else but with the beginning of the phenomenon itself. The story begins not with the headline or the military report, but with the cultural foundation that made us expect, even hope for strange visitors from beyond. To understand today's headlines, we have to know why this question has haunted us for so long. We're going to jump straight into Chapter 1, which is appropriately titled, "The Sky Has Always Been Watching." As long as humans have looked upward, the sky has been a mirror for our fears, our dreams, and our imagination. The night sky, scattered with stars, gave birth to myths of gods, monsters, and otherworldly visitors. The dawn sky, filled with fireballs and comets, stirred terror of omens. And in modern times, the same sky has become a theater for one of the most enduring mysteries of our age, unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. This chapter begins not with the present headlines or military reports, but with the deep roots of the phenomenon. To understand today's debates, we have to know why this question has haunted us for so long. The ancient eyes on the heavens. Long before radar, satellites, or even telescopes, civilizations recorded sightings of sky people, or chariots of fire. Ancient Sumerian tablets described beings known as the Anunnaki descending from the heavens. The Greeks told of gods like Apollo and Hermes traveling from the sky to intervene in human affairs. In India, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana described vimanas, flying palaces or machines of war that engaged in aerial battles that shook the three worlds. Skeptics will argue these were myths, not observations, symbols for natural forces, not spacecraft. But what makes them interesting is how widespread the imagery was. Cultures separated by oceans and centuries, from the Dogon tribe in Mali to the Maya in Central America, all referenced beings or technology that came from the skies. Some anthropologists claim this is just a human projection. We imagine the heavens as the source of power, so our myths naturally place gods there. Others argue it's a memory distorted by myth of something real. The first modern UFO sightings. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the language changes, but the mystery doesn't. On June 24, 1947, private pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing 9 strange objects near Mount Rainier, Washington. He described them as moving like a saucer skipping on water. The press coined the term flying saucer, and a cultural explosion followed. Within weeks, reports flooded in from across the country, and then, just a month later, came Roswell. In July 1947, a rancher in New Mexico discovered strange debris on his property. The military first announced it had recovered a flying disc, then quickly reversed the statement, claiming it was a weather balloon. For believers, this was the first cover-up. For skeptics, it was a case of Cold War nerves. Either way, it set the stage for decades of suspicion. What's important here isn't just what happened. It's how people reacted. Americans in 1947 were living in the shadow of the atomic bomb, the rise of the Cold War, and a rapid leap in science. The idea of craft in the sky felt both plausible and terrifying. If we could split the atom, why couldn't someone else, human or not, be flying machines we didn't understand? The government steps in. By the early 1950s, reports of UFOs were coming so frequently that the U.S. Air Force created official projects to investigate. Project Sign, 1947, Project Grudge, 1949, and eventually Project Blue Book, 1952-1969, gathered thousands of reports. While most were explained as natural phenomena, weather balloons, or aircraft, a small percentage remained classified as unexplained. Here lies one of the seeds of the modern debate, the contradiction between public dismissal and private seriousness. Officially, the Air Force often downplayed sightings to prevent panic. Privately, however, documents and testimonies show intelligence agencies considered UFOs a possible national security issue. This tension fueled the belief that something was being hidden. In 1966, A University of Colorado study led by physicist Edward Condon concluded there was no evidence of extraterrestrials and recommended ending government studies. But the Condon report, as it came to be known, didn't silence the debate. Instead, it became evidence to many that the truth was being buried. Pop culture and the UFO boom. At the same time, pop culture amplified the fascination. Movies like The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, reflected public curiosity and fear. Ufology became its own field, blending legitimate research with fringe speculation. For some, it was harmless entertainment. For others, it became a worldview. Polls began showing that large percentages of Americans believed in UFOs, or at least considered the possibility. By the late 20th century, belief in UFOs was more common than belief in many traditional religious doctrines. It wasn't just about science fiction anymore. It was about trust. Could the government be hiding the truth? Could humanity already have encountered something beyond our world? The turning point. Military encounters. While civilian reports often lacked credibility, military encounters were harder to dismiss. Radar operators, fighter pilots, and sailors began reporting sightings that defied conventional explanation. Objects moving at impossible speeds, performing maneuvers no known aircraft could withstand, and sometimes appearing simultaneously on radar and visually. One famous case came in 1980 at Rendlesham Forest, near a U.S. Air Force base in England. Multiple military personnel reported strange lights and even a metallic craft. Official explanations later tried to link it to a nearby lighthouse, but the testimony of trained soldiers continues to fuel debate. In 2004, the now famous Tic Tac incident took place. U.S. Navy pilots off the coast of California reported encountering an object shaped like a white capsule, capable of instantaneous acceleration and movement beyond known physics. In 2017, the Pentagon declassified videos of these encounters, giving the UFO conversation a new legitimacy. And now we arrive at the present day, where these reports have finally moved from the fringes of internet forums into mainstream media outlets. A former prosecutor, Luis Elizondo, former head of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, leaked numerous files, including detailed accounts of UFO sightings and explanations of their origin. The government responded first with dismissal, then with cautious engagement, launching the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force to collect and analyze data on these sightings. With the release of previously classified information, the UFO conversation has taken off. And yet it remains where it has always been, a blend of skepticism and fascination, of fear and hope. The discovery of 4 remarkably preserved mummies in Egypt's eastern desert has shed light on the ancient practice of mummification during Egypt's early dynastic period. While mummies are often associated with the iconic image of Tutankhamun, the truth is that the practice of mummification dates back thousands of years before his time. The 4 mummies in question were found at the archaeological site of El Hamidia El Atika, located near the modern city of Qena. What makes these mummies particularly significant is their age. They are believed to be from the First Dynasty, which reigned from around 3100 to 2890 BCE, marking the beginning of ancient Egypt. Amongst these mummies is a male individual named Hotep, who is believed to have been a senior official during the reign of King Narmer, considered the first pharaoh of a unified Egypt. The second mummy is a female believed to be Hotep's wife, along with their 2 sons. The remarkably preserved state of these mummies can be attributed to the arid climate of the eastern desert, which acted as a natural preservative. Unlike their later counterparts, the mummies of the early dynastic period were not subjected to the extensive removal of internal organs and the application of resin that characterized the more famous examples. However, despite the simpler mummification process, the individuals at El Hamidia El Atika were still carefully wrapped in linen and laid to rest in stone tombs, indicating the importance placed on their burial. One of the most intriguing aspects of these mummies is the discovery of their personal belongings. including a palette used by the male mummy during his lifetime. This palette, bearing the name Wa-Hotep, provides valuable insights into the individual and his social standing. The fact that he used a palette suggests that he was likely involved in the production of papyrus, a common occupation among scribes and officials. Papyrus, made from the papyrus plant, was an essential writing material in ancient Egypt and played a crucial role in record-keeping and communication. The presence of the palette also hints at the literacy of the individual, as reading and writing were highly valued skills among the elite class of ancient Egypt. Another fascinating detail is the discovery of a small statue depicting the female mummy holding a lotus flower. The lotus flower held religious significance in ancient Egyptian culture, often associated with rebirth and the afterlife. Its inclusion in the burial suggests the belief in the individual's journey to the next world. Additionally, the mere presence of a statue indicates the wealth and status of the family, as such items were not commonly accessible to the general population. The discovery of these mummies and their accompanying artifacts provides a tangible connection to a pivotal moment in history. It allows us to peer into the lives of individuals who lived during the dawn of ancient Egyptian civilization, shedding light on their customs, beliefs, and the evolution of their culture. The study of early mummification practices, like those found at El Hamidia El Attica, is crucial for understanding the development of this iconic aspect of ancient Egyptian culture. By examining these early examples, archaeologists and researchers gain insight into the origins of the more elaborate mummification techniques associated with later periods. It also helps them understand the progression of beliefs and practices surrounding death and the afterlife during Egypt's formative centuries. The arid climate of Egypt's eastern desert has long been recognized for its exceptional ability to preserve ancient remains. The dry and hot conditions create an environment inhospitable to many forms of decay, allowing organic materials such as wood and textiles to endure for millennia. This natural preservation has led to the discovery of countless artifacts, including mummies, which have provided invaluable insights into ancient Egyptian life and culture. One of the key factors contributing to the exceptional preservation in the eastern desert is its low humidity levels. The absence of moisture inhibits the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi, which are responsible for the decomposition of organic matter. Additionally, the high temperatures prevalent in the desert accelerate the evaporation of moisture from organic materials, further hindering the decomposition process. These conditions create an inhospitable environment for the organisms that typically cause decay. Furthermore, the eastern desert's arid climate leads to the formation of a dry, wind-blown sediment known as sand. This wind-blown sediment often covers and buries organic materials, creating an insulating layer that protects them from the elements. The weight of the sand compresses the materials, forcing out any remaining air pockets that might facilitate decay. This natural mummification process has resulted in the discovery of remarkably preserved remains, including those of animals, plants, and humans. For example, the famous Laetoli footprints in Tanzania, preserved in volcanic ash, are an extraordinary example of natural preservation. Similarly, the discovery of numerous mummies in Egypt's western desert, such as those found in the Siwa Oasis, demonstrates the efficacy of the desert's preservation capabilities. These examples highlight the unique conditions present in the eastern desert that allow for the exceptional preservation of organic matter. As research continues to unravel the secrets of these early mummies, they are expected to yield further insights into the beliefs, customs, and daily life of ancient Egyptians during one of the most transformative periods in human history. The discovery of the 4 mummies at El Hamidia El Attica adds a valuable chapter to our understanding of ancient Egyptian burial practices. Their relatively simple mummification rituals provide a glimpse into the evolution of these practices as they developed into the more elaborate procedures associated with later dynasties. Additionally, the inclusion of personal belongings such as the male mummy's palette and the female mummy's statue offer a window into the lives and social standing of these individuals. By studying these early examples of mummification, researchers gain insight into the development of this iconic aspect of ancient Egyptian culture and the broader context of their beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife. The arid climate of Egypt's eastern desert has proven to be a remarkable natural preservative, allowing for the exceptional survival of organic materials, including mummies. The hot and dry conditions inhibit decay, protect remains, and provide a unique opportunity to study early mummification practices. The discovery of the 4 mummies at Al-Hamidiya al-Atiqa offers a valuable glimpse into the origins of this iconic aspect of ancient Egyptian culture, shedding light on their beliefs, customs, and the evolution of their mortuary practices. As research progresses, these mummies are expected to continue revealing insights into the lives and status of individuals during the dawn of ancient Egyptian civilization. If you enjoy our videos, please support us to keep bringing you more informative and entertaining content. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue exploring the fascinating world of history and archaeology. Together, we can uncover more secrets of the past. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on our journey through time. If you've never heard of the Nazca Mummies, it's because the scientific community has largely kept their existence under wraps. Only recently have they been allowed to surface and reveal their secrets. But what they lack in years of study, they make up for in mysterious peculiarity. Discovered in southern Peru, these mummies present humanity with puzzles no scientist thought they'd ever need to solve. A body comes out of the desert and appears to be perfectly preserved, with fingers intact, bones seamless, and even embedded fingernails. These are not the traits we expect to see in an ancient preserved human. So what is going on here? Is this a great fraud, a hidden secret, or something else? Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be answering the extraordinary Nazca mummy questions no one can answer. It's me, and this is my channel. Join me today as we look at one of the most shockingly puzzling mysteries of our generation. Number 1. The Nazca Mummies. The Nazca Mummies are a series of remarkably preserved bodies found in the coastal desert of southern Peru. Their condition of preservation is so exceptional that it challenges conventional understanding of biology, chemistry, and the limits of human craftsmanship. Now, the Nazca people are well known for their mastery of ceramics and textiles. So when archaeologists uncovered these finely crafted ceramic jars, they assumed that's what they had to do with. But upon closer inspection, they realized they were dealing with something much more startling. The bodies, which number over 200, display a level of care and precision that defies easy categorization. They're not like your typical mummy. They are distinct and unique, separated by culture, time, and place. This is where our story begins, with an enigma so profound it's reshaped our perception of history. Number 2. The skeletal system that defies expectation. One of the most striking aspects of the mummies is the skeletal system. From the tips of the fingers to the top of the skull, the bones are uninterrupted. X-rays reveal no signs of breakage, repair, or artificial assembly. Forensic experts, some of the top skeletal specialists in the world, have examined the scans and confirmed that the bones appear real. They are complete, articulated, and fully consistent with biological organisms. This level of preservation is not only rare, it is unprecedented for bodies of this size and form. Conventional mummification, even the most sophisticated Egyptian techniques, rarely achieve such integrity. Organic tissue often decays, bone can fracture or shrink, and even the best preserved mummies show signs of human or environmental interference. Yet in the Nazca mummies, there is a fluency to the skeleton, a natural continuity that is almost impossible to fake. Number 3. The mystery of 3 fingers. The mummy's hands, each with 3 long tapered fingers, add to the complexity. Not only do they maintain full articulation, but they also seem functionally perfect, capable of grasping, flexing, and moving in ways entirely consistent with the anatomy observed. This presents a dual challenge for analysis. While some suggest this is an evolutionary anomaly or previously unknown human variant, others argue it would be extraordinarily difficult to fabricate such detail without advanced tools. Embedded fingernails, intact and preserved through time, further reinforce the authenticity of these appendages. The presence of nails is not trivial. They provide insight into biology, growth patterns, and even health during life. These are not hollow prosthetics or artificial attachments. They are genuine keratin structures, a fact verified through microscopic examination. 4. Embedded fingernails. The Nazca mummies have an unusual set of traits that defy conventional understanding of human anatomy. One of the most perplexing features is the presence of embedded fingernails on these mummies. This is a puzzle that has both mystified and intrigued scientists. The fingernails are not merely preserved remnants. They are deeply embedded within the finger tissue. This level of embedding has not been observed in any known mummification technique or natural preservation process. It poses a significant challenge to our understanding of organic matter preservation. This finding opens up a host of questions. How could fingernails, which are primarily composed of keratin, a protein, remain so intact after the decomposition of surrounding tissues? And why would such a preservation process specifically target the fingernails? To unravel these mysteries, researchers have turned to various scientific tools and techniques. Microscopic examination has revealed that the nails exhibit cellular structures typical of living keratinous tissue, providing evidence of their organic nature. Elemental analysis has been employed to confirm the composition of the nails, shedding light on their formation and embedding. And it turns out that the fingernails are made of real keratin, the same substance found in human hair and nails. This discovery suggests that the mummification process was highly specialized and meticulous. The fact that the fingernails were intentionally embedded adds a layer of complexity to the enigma. It seems that whoever or whatever was behind the mummification process had a deep understanding of human anatomy and physiology. The nails may hold clues to the techniques used and the purpose behind this unusual preservation method. Number 5. Metal implants. Beyond bones and fingers, researchers have noted metal implants within the mummies. The exact purpose or origin of these implants remains unclear. Some argue that they could have been placed posthumously, either as part of an unknown burial ritual or as a method of preservation. Others suggest that the implants hint at technology far beyond what we expect from the Nazca civilization, perhaps even extraterrestrial in origin. While speculation runs wild in popular media, the physical reality is undeniable. Metal objects are embedded within the tissue, and their authenticity has been confirmed through imaging and elemental analysis. Number 6. Unusual physical traits. The mummies also possess unusual cranial structures, elongated skulls, and unusually large eye sockets. All these features combine to create a form that is biologically coherent, yet outside the spectrum of normal human variation. Each anomaly raises a cascade of questions, making it harder for scientists to dismiss them as simple forgeries. Number 7. CT scans before DNA testing. An aspect that has puzzled researchers is the order of testing. Conventional scientific methodology would suggest that DNA sequencing should precede imaging, or at least occur simultaneously, to verify biological authenticity before exploring internal structures. In this case, however, CT scans were conducted first. Some dismiss this as a procedural anomaly, while others suggest a strategic or logistical reason, perhaps to non-invasively assess skeletal integrity before disturbing delicate tissue for genetic sampling. Regardless of reasoning, the scans yielded remarkable data. Spinal alignment, rib articulation, limb structure, all indicate a skeletal fluency that no modern fabrication has managed to replicate. From fingertip to fingertip and from toe to skull, the mummies appear seamless. Number 8. Questions of authenticity. Could these be expertly crafted hoaxes? Many skeptics argue that any anomaly outside conventional human biology is automatically suspect. Creating a life-sized, biologically coherent skeleton with fully articulated limbs, functional fingers, and integrated fingernails would be nearly impossible with contemporary techniques, let alone in a historical context with unknown tools. Yet in the world of forgeries, motivation and ingenuity sometimes produce outcomes that challenge belief. At the same time, dismissing them outright as authentic without rigorous testing would be equally irresponsible. The mummies sit at a strange intersection of possibility. They could represent a previously unknown mummification practice, an unusual human variant, or evidence of something even more extraordinary. The Nazca mummies are a troubling proposition for those who seek clear-cut answers in science. They resist easy categorization, challenging our understanding of biology, craftsmanship, and the limits of human ingenuity. Whether they are authentic or meticulously crafted forgeries, they force us to confront the boundaries of our knowledge and the enduring mysteries of our world. And now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Which of these points surprised you the most? The Nazca mummies. A threshold of understanding. Our understanding of history is often like a patchwork quilt, made up of fragments of evidence stitched together to form a cohesive narrative. But sometimes there are gaps, moments when the threads come undone, leaving us staring at a tangled mess of unanswered questions. Such is the case with the enigmatic Nazca mummies, whose story unfolds not just in bones and flesh, but in the very fabric of history itself. To truly grasp why these beings are so extraordinary, we must look beyond the bones and flesh. We must situate them within the world that produced them, or at least the world they may have touched. The Nazca civilization, which flourished along Peru's southern coast from roughly 100 BCE to 800 CE, is best known for its massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, intricate ceramics, and sophisticated water management. But their mummies may reveal something entirely unexpected, a glimpse of a chapter of history that challenges the boundaries between archaeology and the unknown. We begin our journey into the heart of the Peruvian desert, where the Nazca civilization once thrived. This enigmatic culture, known for its monumental geoglyphs and distinctive pottery, left behind a legacy that continues to fascinate. Imagine a landscape of towering, mysterious lines and geometric shapes sprawling across the desert, visible only from the sky. These geoglyphs, some depicting animals, plants, or geometric designs, others resembling figures and humanoid forms, are testaments to the Nazca's profound connection with the land and cosmos. Their artistry is equally remarkable. Ceramics often depict humans, animals, and abstract motifs with precision and creativity, while textiles showcase highly detailed patterns woven with skillful craftsmanship. But the true enigma lies not just in their creations, but in their traces. The Nazca and their world. The Nazca thrived in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. The coastal desert of southern Peru is arid, unforgiving, and largely inhospitable. Yet the Nazca developed ingenious aqueduct systems, called puquios, which allowed them to channel subterranean water to sustain crops. Their cultural focus on ritual and symbolism, particularly the creation of the geoglyphs, indicates a people deeply invested in spiritual and ceremonial life. Scholars believe these geoglyphs may have served as ritual pathways, astronomical markers, or offerings to deities, and some even speculate about communication with beings beyond their world. Whatever their original purpose, the geoglyphs attest to a civilization capable of deliberate, methodical work on a massive scale. Now let's turn our attention to the heart of the mystery, the mummies themselves. Discovered in a previously unexplored underground chamber, they are unlike anything found in the region before. This subterranean space, hidden beneath layers of time and intrigue, adds an extra layer of complexity to their story. The very fact that such a secret chamber existed so close to Nazca Society's cultural hub suggests a level of planning and intentionality that invites closer scrutiny. When we examine the mummies, the first thing that strikes us is their sheer number. 6 complete specimens and numerous fragments found together tell a story of communal preservation. This raises questions about the bonds that connected these individuals, whether they were kin, a community, or part of a ritual collective. Their posture, lying on their sides with heads facing down, might offer clues to their cultural significance. This orientation suggests reverence, potentially indicating a ritualistic burial practice or a deliberate choice to conceal their faces, perhaps as a sign of respect or recognition. If the mummies are indeed authentic, they may represent a side of Nazca culture previously invisible in the archaeological record. Their skeletal integrity, metal implants, and anatomical anomalies suggest that these beings were treated with extraordinary care, possibly within a ceremonial or ritualistic framework. Preservation on this level implies knowledge far beyond what the broader archaeological record has revealed. The question arises: did the Nazca intentionally preserve these beings? And if so, why? Were they considered sacred, otherworldly, or in some way central to religious belief? Or are we witnessing the remnants of something that defies known human techniques entirely? The puzzle deepens when we consider the age of these mummies. Estimated to be around 700 years old, they bridge the gap between pre-Hispanic America and the colonial era. This position in history makes them key witnesses to a pivotal moment, offering a potential link between ancient traditions and the societies that followed. Their presence challenges our understanding of cultural continuity, forcing us to confront the possibility that much of human history remains shrouded in mystery. Skeletal fluency and cultural implications. One of the most perplexing findings is the skeletal fluency of these mummies. From the fingertips through the rib cage and up the spine, every bone appears uninterrupted. No signs of fracture, reconstruction, or external manipulation are visible. Experts in forensic anthropology have confirmed that these skeletal systems are consistent with living organisms, intact, articulated, and biologically coherent. In a cultural context, this level of preservation could indicate that the Nazca recognized the importance of these beings and devoted exceptional resources to their care after death. While Egyptian mummies are often lauded for their preservation techniques, the Nazca specimens are unique because their size, form, and anatomical anomalies create a preservation challenge far outside the known spectrum of human variation. Adding to the enigma are metal implants embedded within the mummies whose purpose and origin remain under investigation. These implants could signify ceremonial practices, technological applications, or something else entirely. Alongside the elongated skulls, large eye sockets, and 3-fingered hands, they suggest a biological complexity that stretches conventional understanding. These anomalies raise critical questions. Were these beings naturally born this way? Were they genetically modified? Or is there an explanation that does not yet exist in human science? Even the most sophisticated simulations and reconstructions fail to fully replicate the anatomical integrity seen in the mummies. Another point that has drawn attention is the sequence of scientific testing. Researchers conducted CT scans before attempting DNA sequencing, an unconventional order. While unusual, it provided an immediate view of internal structures, revealing the uninterrupted skeletal system, embedded metals, and anatomical anomalies without disturbing tissue. Though some question this approach, it underscores the mummy's fragility and the need for non-invasive study methods. The scans show not only bone integrity, but also subtle features like fingernail embedding, the articulation of joints, and tissue density, all of which are critical to assessing authenticity. Yet despite this mounting evidence, doubt lingers. Some argue that modern fabrication techniques could, theoretically, produce bodies with anomalous anatomy. Others maintain that DNA testing is the ultimate arbiter, and until results are released, certainty remains elusive. It is precisely this ambiguity that makes the Nazca Mummies compelling. They exist at a threshold of understanding, challenging archaeologists, anthropologists, and lay people alike to reconsider what is biologically possible and what might lie beyond conventional human knowledge. The Nazca Mummies, therefore, invite us to confront the limitations of our historical narratives and to embrace the unsettling idea that there are chapters in our past that may never be fully uncovered. Their story is not just about bones and artifacts. It is about the boundaries of human understanding and the courage to confront the unknown. It is a reminder that history is not a static tapestry, but a dynamic process of discovery and reinterpretation. As we continue to explore their mysteries, we must be prepared to question everything we thought we knew, and to embrace the possibility that our understanding of the past is always evolving. What do you think about the Nazca Mummies? Are they a hoax or the real deal? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon for more videos like this. In the heart of Peru's Ica Desert lies a collection of mummies that defy convention. Among them, the three-fingered mummies, Maria and Montserrat, have captured global attention. The world is split. Is this a bizarre archaeological find or a modern hoax? Could these be genuine three-fingered individuals or something more extraordinary? At the core of this enigma lies the human skeleton, remarkably well preserved and challenging accepted understandings of anatomy. Science often begins where curiosity meets evidence, and the Nazca Mummies are no exception. The moment researchers were able to conduct non-invasive imaging, a new dimension of understanding emerged. Through CT scans, X-rays, and high-resolution imaging, scientists began to map the mummy's skeletal integrity, soft tissue, and internal anomalies, laying the foundation for an analysis that would challenge assumptions and raise more questions than answers. The CT scan revelation Dmitry Galetsky, among the leading radiologists examining the mummies, concluded that the bodies of Maria and Montserrat are biologically consistent and likely genuine mummified organisms. But it's the intricate details revealed by these scans that truly captivate. Dr. Santiago Urdinola, a Peruvian pathologist, was among the first to delve into the rich trove of data these scans unveiled. His focus was clear: to examine the structure and condition of the human remains and determine if they showed signs of falsification or were consistent with genuine mummification. What he found was nothing short of remarkable: skeletal fluency. The mummies' skeletal systems, particularly those of Maria and Montserrat, seemed to possess a level of preservation and articulation that seemed almost supernatural. Each bone appeared uninterrupted, forming a continuous structure from the fingertips through the arms, the rib cage, and the spine. This level of detail is crucial because it speaks to the authenticity of the remains. A key aspect of Dr. Urdinola's analysis was the examination of the hands. He noticed that the fingers were not merely present, but articulated in such a way that suggested functionality. Each digit could move in relation to one another, allowing for a range of motion consistent with a living, breathing individual. This was not a mere collection of bones. These were the remnants of a being who had once used these hands to interact with the world. Furthermore, Dr. Urbina's examination extended to the rib cage and spine. These structures, often fragile and susceptible to decay, were surprisingly intact. The ribs were connected to the spine and displayed a level of articulation that suggested a recently deceased person. This was not the shriveled, brittle rib cage one might expect to see in a mummy. Instead, the mummies seemed to retain the structural integrity and flexibility one would associate with a living person. Fingernails. Amidst this intricate skeletal analysis, there was something else that caught Dr. Orendina's eye: the fingernails. They were embedded in the tissue, perfectly preserved. Such attention to detail is uncommon in a potential hoax, and points towards the mummy's authenticity. Metal implants. Adding another layer to the enigma, Dr. Orsolina also noted the presence of metal implants embedded within the tissue. Elemental analysis suggests these metals align with contemporary alloys, but their precise nature and function remain a mystery. Were they ceremonial, technological, or perhaps medical in purpose? The presence of these implants hints at a backstory, a narrative that science alone cannot yet decipher. CT before DNA. An unusual approach. One question that arises from this detailed analysis is why imaging occurred before DNA testing. Typically, genetic sampling would precede or coincide with structural analysis to confirm biological authenticity before more invasive testing. However, this unconventional approach may have been adopted to preserve delicate tissue, ensuring that any subsequent DNA sampling remains uncontaminated by outside elements. Regardless of the reasoning, the scans provided immediate and crucial data on internal anomalies, allowing scientists to peer into the preserved anatomy without causing further disturbance. 3 fingers and the skeletal enigma. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Nazca mummies is, of course, the 3-fingered anatomy. Not only are the fingers fully articulated, but each digit functions in a way that is consistent with grasping and dexterity. This anomaly has sparked intense curiosity and debate among researchers. Dr. Galitsky, along with his colleagues, put forward several hypotheses to explain this phenomenon. First, there's the possibility of a genetic anomaly, suggesting a previously undocumented human variant. Next, deliberate modification, whether cultural, surgical, or even experimental, cannot be ruled out. Finally, the possibility of a non-terrestrial origin cannot be discounted, given the anatomical coherence and skeletal fluency exhibited by the mummies. As researchers continue to unravel the mysteries of the Nazca mummies, the 3-fingered anomaly stands as a perplexing puzzle piece that challenges conventional understanding and invites us to consider possibilities that lie beyond our current knowledge. Soft tissue and preservation. Alongside the study of the skeleton, Dr. Orsolina and his team also focused on another remarkable aspect of the mummies, their soft tissue preservation. Despite their age, certain soft tissues remained intact, offering a glimpse into the physical characteristics of these enigmatic beings. The presence of tendons and ligaments that connected the bones was particularly noteworthy. These structures are typically lost to time, yet they were there, weaving a tapestry of organic material that wove the skeleton together. Moreover, the mummies seem to have retained a surprising amount of their cranial structure, a testament to the effectiveness of whatever preservation methods were employed. In fact, the level of soft tissue preservation was so striking that it suggested a recent death rather than centuries. Was this exceptional preservation due to unique mummification practices or something more extraordinary? The scans couldn't answer this question, but they did hint at a story waiting to be told. The debate intensifies. The findings presented by Dr. Orsolina and his fellow researchers only serve to intensify the ongoing debate surrounding the authenticity of the Nazca mummies. Skeptics argue that the observed anomalies, particularly the 3-fingered hands, might indicate intentional hoaxing. They suggest that the mummies could have been crafted using prosthetics or some form of body modification. However, proponents counter this argument by highlighting the level of intricacy required to fabricate such lifelike remains, complete with articulated fingers and soft tissue preservation. Proponents believe that the sheer difficulty of replicating these specimens lends credence to their authenticity. Concluding observations. The CT scans of the Nazca mummies, particularly the 3-fingered mummies, Maria and Montserrat, have provided an unprecedented glimpse into their anatomy and preservation. They showcase a level of skeletal integrity and soft tissue coherence that challenges conventional understandings of mummification and human anatomy. The findings raise more questions than they answer, particularly regarding the 3-fingered anomaly and the exceptional preservation exhibited by the remains. The debate about their authenticity rages on, but one thing is clear. These mummies are rewriting the narrative of human history, forcing us to confront the boundaries of our knowledge and the mysteries that lie within our own species. DNA testing on the horizon. As the world grapples with the implications of these anatomical revelations, another piece of the puzzle is on the horizon: DNA testing. Scientists are eager to extract and analyze the genetic material of the mummies, which will shed light on their origins and potentially provide answers to some of the anatomical riddles. However, they are proceeding with caution. Contamination, degradation, and sampling challenges are significant hurdles that could compromise the accuracy of the results. The upcoming DNA analysis holds the promise of providing definitive answers, but it also serves as a reminder of the fragility of our scientific pursuits in the face of the unknown. Implications for archaeology and anthropology. The Nazca mummies, especially those with 3 fingers, have the potential to revolutionize our understanding of human archaeology and anthropology. If confirmed authentic, they challenge established narratives about human variation, mummification practices, and the very definition of what it means to be human. The mummies might represent a highly specialized mummification method, possibly developed by the Nazca or a related culture, pointing to a level of sophistication that we've yet to fully comprehend. Alternatively, they could point to a previously undocumented genetic lineage, raising questions about the diversity and evolution of our species. Moreover, the presence of metal implants suggests a backstory that science is only beginning to explore. Are these implants ceremonial, technological, or perhaps medical in nature? Their presence opens up a realm of possibilities that could redefine our understanding of ancient practices and beliefs. Looking ahead. The journey into the heart of the Nazca mummies, particularly the 3-fingered mummies, has just begun. What started as a series of enigmatic artifacts has evolved into a captivating exploration of the boundaries of human anatomy and the limits of scientific understanding. As researchers continue to analyze the data from CT scans and eagerly await the results of DNA testing, one thing is abundantly clear: these mummies are more than just relics of the past. They are a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the boundless mysteries that lie within our own species. Whether they are ultimately classified as genuine historical beings or expertly crafted hoaxes, the impact of the Nazca mummies on our collective imagination is undeniable. They force us to confront the unknown, to challenge our preconceived notions, and to recognize the vastness of human curiosity and ingenuity. In doing so, they remind us that our journey of discovery is unending and that the greatest mysteries are often found within the confines of our own planet. The Nazca mummies continue to perplex researchers with their combination of well-preserved remains, advanced mummification techniques, and peculiar anatomical features. But to truly appreciate the gravity of this discovery, we must first step back and consider the full spectrum of known mummification practices across the globe. This will allow us to determine exactly why the Nazca mummies stand out so remarkably. One of the most renowned examples of mummification comes from ancient Egypt. For thousands of years, the Egyptians practiced elaborate rituals aimed at preserving the body after death, driven by their belief in an afterlife. The process often began with the removal of internal organs, including the brain, lungs, liver, stomach, and intestines. These organs were then placed in separate containers, sometimes with natron salt, which acts as a desiccant. The heart was often left in place as it was associated with the soul and vital to the individual's existence. The body was then washed and treated with natron salts, which helped to dehydrate the corpse and prevent decay. After a period of about 40 days, the body would be wrapped in layers of linen, sometimes with amulets or other protective items placed around the body. This entire process was designed to keep the body intact and ready for the journey to the afterlife. The dry desert climate of Egypt aided in the preservation of these mummies. but the technique itself was crucial in creating these remarkably enduring remains. Even with these sophisticated methods, though, Egyptian mummies don't hold up perfectly over time. Some of the challenges include shrinkage and hardening of the tissues, which can distort the shape of the body. Over time, bones can shift out of alignment due to the strain of being tightly wrapped, leading to an imperfect presentation of the skeletal structure. And despite the natron salt treatment, some degree of tissue degradation and loss is inevitable, meaning the best-preserved Egyptian mummies still have missing flesh gaps in their skeletal structure, and there is always a limit to how much the linen wrappings can conceal. Fingertips and other small features are especially vulnerable to loss, making it rare to see perfect preservation from the fingertips to the top of the skull. In contrast to Egyptian mummification, the Chinchorro people of northern Chile and southern Peru began intentional mummification as early as 5000 BCE, long before the Egyptians developed their practices. The Chinchorro people had a complex understanding of human anatomy and undertook a more invasive process. The mummy, as the name suggests, was a deliberate removal of internal organs. In some cases, the skin was also removed and replaced with a new covering made of materials like clay, fibers, or animal skins. The remains were then reconstructed using sticks or other materials to make them more lifelike. The Chinchorro people's mummification techniques were more akin to a reconstruction process than the simple encasement used for Egyptian mummies. While Chinchorro mummies are incredibly preserved and display a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy, they also demonstrate a less coherent physical structure than the Nazca mummies. The process of removing and replacing organs and skin inevitably introduces breaks and misalignments within the skeletal system, which can be filled in over time, but never seem to be entirely eliminated. While these two examples showcase two very different approaches to preservation, neither of them accounts for the characteristics of the Nazca mummies. The Nazca mummies show an unbroken skeletal fluency, complete with embedded fingernails and functional joints, even in the hands. The three-fingered hands, elongated skulls, and cranial anomalies are absent from the Egyptian record. While Egypt demonstrates what humans can achieve with advanced mummification, it does not account for the biological perfection seen in these Peruvian specimens. So where do the Nazca mummies fit into this picture? To put it simply, they don't quite fit anywhere. The Nazca mummies exhibit no signs of missing tissue, misalignment, or other degradations typically associated with hundreds or thousands of years of decomposition. Another intriguing aspect of the Nazca mummies is the presence of metal implants found within the bodies. At least 240 of the mummies examined by researcher Javier C. Natera have these implants. The implants are not surface decorations or external supports. Instead, they are embedded internally. The presence of these implants poses several questions. Were they ceremonial markers? Are they preservation aids, tools of modification, or are they something else entirely? The use of metal implants in ancient cultures is not unheard of. For example, the Inca people had a tradition of inserting small gold or silver ornaments through the bridge of the nose as a form of adornment. However, such practices were generally limited to aesthetics or rituals. There are no known examples of ancient cultures in South America or elsewhere routinely inserting metal objects into the body for preservation purposes. Furthermore, the idea of inserting metal into a body post-mortem goes against the traditional aim of mummification, which was to keep the body intact and recognizable. Metal implants would more likely have been added during a ritualistic procedure prior to mummification to mark a status, commemorate a person, or serve as a connection to the afterlife. But these implants are not superficial. They are embedded deeply within the body, and their location, number, and composition remain a mystery. These factors set the Nazca mummies apart from any other known mummified remains. Comparative studies with known mummies allow us to isolate and identify the unique characteristics of the Nazca mummies. We can compare the state of preservation, the techniques used, the materials employed, and any unusual anatomical features. This kind of analysis helps establish how the Nazca mummies are both similar to and different from other mummies. It allows us to draw conclusions about possible methods used for their preservation or modification, shedding light on the beliefs, technologies, or environments that might have influenced their creation. By situating the Nazca mummies within the broader context of human preservation, we can gain a deeper understanding of their origins. It is important to note that the comparisons do not aim to diminish the uniqueness of the Nazca mummies, but rather to enrich our understanding of their origins. Each culture has its own distinct traditions and innovations. Comparing the Nazca mummies with other examples allows us to appreciate the complexity and diversity of mummification practices worldwide. Furthermore, studying the similarities and differences between mummies provides insights into the motivations behind preservation practices. Whether driven by religious beliefs, cultural norms, or scientific curiosity, each case reflects a unique perspective on death, the afterlife, and the human condition. Studying the Nazca mummies in the context of global mummification trends allows researchers to test hypotheses about their authenticity and origin. For example, if the mummies are indeed genuine, they should conform to the patterns expected based on their supposed age and geographical location. If they are modern forgeries, they should exhibit characteristics consistent with recent preservation techniques. By testing the mummies against established patterns and expectations, researchers can gather evidence to support or refute various hypotheses about their authenticity and origin. This approach enables a more objective and data-driven assessment of the available evidence. The Nazca mummies, with their remarkable condition and intriguing features, offer a compelling subject for scientific inquiry. By engaging in interdisciplinary research, embracing diverse perspectives, and remaining open to unexpected findings, the scientific community can unravel the mysteries surrounding these enigmatic remains. And in doing so, shed light on a previously unknown chapter in human history. Finally, let's talk about the three-fingered hands. Three-fingered hands on primates are extremely rare and typically associated with certain genetic mutations that lead to severe developmental abnormalities. Given that the Nazca mummies display this trait consistently across multiple individuals, it suggests that it may be a biological norm rather than an anomaly. However, this concept challenges our understanding of human anatomy and evolution. To reconcile this observation with current biological knowledge, it would require revising our understanding of primate hand development and evolution. Further genetic and anthropological studies would be necessary to explore the implications of such a finding and its broader significance for understanding human evolution. As with other aspects of the Nazca mummies, the presence of three-fingered hands sets them apart from all other known mummification cases. As we delve deeper into the captivating enigma that surrounds the Nazca mummies, one question looms larger than all others. What do the DNA results say? In the intricate dance between science, skepticism, and the allure of the unknown, these genetic findings hold the potential to rewrite our understanding of human history. Will they confirm the mummy's earthly origins or point to something beyond our current comprehension? Join us as we navigate through the complexities of DNA analysis, exploring how these ancient remains are providing unprecedented insights into our shared past. Welcome to our channel, where the boundaries of science and mystery converge. In today's episode, we unravel the secrets hidden within the DNA of the Nazca mummies, bringing you closer to one of the most anticipated revelations in recent archaeological history. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes where we continue to explore the depths of this captivating phenomenon. Let's dive right in. The long wait for genetic answers. A delicate balancing act. The Nazca mummies have captivated the world with their enigmatic presence, leaving many to wonder about their true nature. Among the myriad questions that surround these mysterious beings, one stands out as the epitome of scientific curiosity. What do the DNA results say? The significance of genetic analysis in unraveling the mysteries of the Nazca mummies cannot be overstated. DNA holds the key to understanding their origin, species classification, and biological uniqueness. However, the journey to obtaining these answers has been a tantalizingly slow one, leaving many to speculate and fueling the ongoing debate surrounding their authenticity. So why has it taken so long to sequence their DNA? One of the reasons for the delay lies in the unique approach adopted by the researchers. Instead of immediately proceeding with genetic testing, the team prioritized non-invasive imaging techniques such as CT scans and X-rays. This seemingly unconventional order of operations reflects a delicate balancing act between scientific rigor and the need to preserve the mummy's structural integrity. By first conducting thorough imaging studies, researchers gained invaluable insights into the mummy's internal structures, soft tissue composition, and overall condition without causing any permanent damage. This approach allowed them to examine the mummy's anatomy in detail, searching for clues that could shed light on their identity and origins. For instance, these imaging techniques revealed a range of intriguing features, including evidence of embedded nails, metal implants, and anomalies in bone structure. These discoveries provided a glimpse into the mummy's potential origins and sparked further questions about their creators and the techniques employed. However, the decision to prioritize imaging over immediate genetic testing also reflects the inherent challenges associated with working on mummified remains. Unlike fresh tissue samples, which are readily available for analysis, mummies require a more delicate touch to preserve their historical and cultural significance. The process of extracting DNA from mummified tissue can be complex and potentially risky. It involves carefully removing samples while avoiding contamination or degradation of the genetic material. Additionally, the age of the mummies poses its own set of challenges, as centuries-old DNA is often fragmented and susceptible to environmental factors that can hinder analysis. This delicate balancing act between scientific inquiry and preservation underscores the complexity of studying the Nazca mummies. By taking the time to conduct thorough non-invasive studies, researchers aim to maximize the wealth of knowledge that can be gleaned from these enigmatic remains without compromising their historical integrity. The initial imaging studies have already yielded remarkable insights, setting the stage for the highly anticipated genetic analysis that will further unravel the mysteries surrounding these fascinating artifacts. Unveiling the secrets within. Isotopic analysis and the search for origins. As the wait for DNA results continues, another line of inquiry offers tantalizing clues. Isotopic analysis. By examining the chemical signatures embedded within the mummy's tissues, scientists can reconstruct their diet, environment, and even migration patterns, shedding light on their origins and connection to the Nazca region. Isotopic analysis focuses on the variations in stable isotopes of elements such as carbon, nitrogen, and strontium that are present in human remains. These isotopes serve as natural tracers, providing insights into the geographical and dietary sources that contributed to the mummy's biological makeup. By understanding the isotopic composition of their remains, researchers can determine whether the mummies originated from the Nazca region or if they were brought there from elsewhere. This information is crucial in establishing their relationship to the local population and understanding their role in the broader cultural context. For instance, strontium isotopes can reveal the geographic source of the water and soil from which the mummies derived their calcium. By comparing these isotopic signatures to those of local geological formations, scientists can assess the likelihood that the mummies were indeed buried in the Nazca region. Additionally, nitrogen isotopes in their tissues can provide insights into their diet and trophic level, offering clues about their place in the local ecosystem and potential interactions with other species. Isotopic analysis also plays a vital role in exploring the health and well-being of the mummies during their lifetime. Variations in stable isotopes of oxygen and zinc, for example, can indicate exposure to pollution or other environmental stressors. By examining these subtle signatures, researchers can gain a deeper understanding of the mummies' overall health and the conditions they endured throughout their lives. Furthermore, isotopic analysis can help unravel the potential link between the mummies and the Nazca civilization. By comparing the isotopic signatures of the mummies to those of individuals from the same time period and location, researchers can explore any similarities or differences that might shed light on their cultural affiliations and societal roles. Isotopic analysis, therefore, offers a powerful lens through which to examine the Nazca mummies, providing valuable insights into their origins, lifestyle, health, and connection to the surrounding environment. As researchers continue to analyze the chemical signatures embedded in these ancient remains, they unveil another layer of the fascinating puzzle that surrounds these enigmatic beings. Genetic anomalies. Beyond human variation, the Nazca mummies have captivated the world with their enigmatic presence, leaving many to question their true nature. One of the most intriguing aspects of these mysterious beings is their physical characteristics, which seem to defy conventional understanding. The mummies' three-fingered hands, elongated skulls, and large eye sockets have sparked intense curiosity and debate, challenging our perceptions of human anatomy and evolution. But what do these genetic anomalies tell us about the mummy's origins and identity? These anomalies, which appear in various forms and combinations across different individuals, raise several important questions about the limits of human variation. Three-fingered hands, for example, challenge our understanding of evolutionary development and genetic expression, prompting inquiries into the underlying genetic mechanisms that could have led to such a significant departure from the typical human hand structure. Elongated skulls and large eye sockets, on the other hand, invite us to consider the boundaries of cranial morphology within the human species, raising questions about the forces that shape head and face development. The presence of these genetic anomalies is particularly perplexing when viewed against the backdrop of traditional explanations rooted in environmental factors or cultural practices. Anthropologists and geneticists have long sought to understand the interplay between genes, environment, and culture in shaping human traits and behaviors. However, the combination of these anomalies points to a more complex web of influences that defies easy categorization. Some researchers hypothesize that these traits may result from a unique genetic heritage, suggesting the existence of a previously unrecognized branch of human evolution or a lost population with distinctive genetic markers. Others propose that the anomalies could be the product of deliberate cultural practices, such as cranial deformation, where the shape of the skull was intentionally altered through external forces. However, this hypothesis raises further questions about the motivations behind such practices and the beliefs that underpin them. Further investigation into the genetic basis of these anomalies is crucial to unraveling their origins and gaining a deeper understanding of the evolutionary forces at play. By exploring the intricate interplay of genes, environment, and culture, researchers hope to shed light on the fascinating puzzle that surrounds the Nazca mummies and their enigmatic place in human history. Embracing the unknown, navigating the uncertain realm of genetic discoveries. The prospect of DNA analysis in the investigation of the Nazca mummies holds immense significance, offering the potential to revolutionize our understanding of these enigmatic beings and their origins. However, as we eagerly await the unveiling of these genetic findings, it is essential to embrace the inherent uncertainty that surrounds them. The path of scientific discovery is rarely a straightforward one, and the analysis of ancient DNA in particular is fraught with challenges. As researchers delve deeper into the genetic makeup of the Nazca mummies, they may encounter unexpected roadblocks, fragmented DNA, contaminated samples, or inconclusive results. These obstacles, while frustrating, are inherent to the field of genetic research, especially when dealing with remains that are hundreds or even thousands of years old. Moreover, the anticipation surrounding genetic testing can create a breeding ground for misinformation and speculation, often fueled by a desire for definitive answers and a tendency to interpret ambiguous data in light of pre-existing beliefs. It is crucial to foster an environment of open-mindedness and critical thinking, encouraging healthy skepticism and rigorous scientific discourse. In the face of uncertainty, it is vital to remember that the absence of concrete answers does not diminish the value of the research itself. Each setback and inconclusive result contributes to the body of knowledge surrounding the Nazca mummies, guiding researchers toward a more comprehensive understanding of their enigmatic nature. Embracing the unknown and remaining open to unexpected outcomes allows for a more nuanced and accurate interpretation of the genetic findings. By acknowledging the limitations and challenges inherent in the study of ancient DNA, we can appreciate the hard work and dedication of the researchers who are tirelessly working to unravel the secrets of the Nazca mummies. Their efforts, regardless of the outcomes, are pushing the boundaries of our understanding and bringing us closer to comprehending the rich tapestry of human history. As we continue to explore the depths of this captivating mystery, let us embrace the power of intellectual curiosity, the thrill of discovery, and the beauty of the unknown. The Nazca mummies stand as a testament to the enduring allure of the past, reminding us that in the realm of human history, there is always more to uncover, more to learn, and more to marvel at. The integration of forensic and genetic data holds immense significance in the investigation of the Nazca mummies, offering a powerful approach to unraveling the complexities of their existence. By combining the insights of these two disciplines, researchers are working toward a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of these enigmatic beings. Forensic analysis provides an array of valuable tools and techniques that can shed light on various aspects of the Nazca mummies' lives and origins. Techniques like anthropometry, which involves the study of body measurements and proportions, can provide insights into the physical characteristics and potential ancestry of the mummies. Moreover, forensic odontology, the examination of teeth and bite marks, can help establish individual identification and provide clues about diet and overall health. These forensic methods, when integrated with genetic analysis, create a powerful synergy that enhances our understanding of the Nazca mummies. By combining the tangible evidence from physical remains with the insights from DNA analysis, researchers can build a more robust and compelling narrative of their existence. The fusion of these disciplines allows for a more holistic approach to the investigation, considering both the observable physical traits and the underlying genetic markers. This comprehensive approach enables researchers to explore the full spectrum of the Nazca mummies' origins, life histories, and the unique factors that shaped their existence. As the wait for the final DNA results continues, the world eagerly anticipates the moment when these enigmatic beings will reveal their secrets. Will the genetic findings confirm their earthly origins or point to a realm beyond our current comprehension? The implications of these discoveries are profound, promising to rewrite our understanding of human history and challenge the boundaries of scientific exploration. The Nazca mummies stand as a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown, beckoning us to embrace the mysteries of the past and explore the depths of human curiosity. And as we navigate the uncertain realm of genetic discoveries, may we remain open-minded, critical, and forever in awe of the wonders that lie hidden within the annals of time. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the enigmatic world of the Nazca mummies. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below with your thoughts and ideas. Your engagement fuels our passion and inspires us to continue bringing you captivating content. From mysterious origins to modern hoaxes, the rise of controversy surrounding the Nazca mummies. In the heart of Peru's arid south, something extraordinary emerged from the sands of time. 3 enigmatic mummies, seemingly defying the norms of human existence, burst onto the global stage. Almost overnight, they became a phenomenon, generating a whirlwind of speculation, debate, and disbelief. Their journey from an obscure tomb to international sensation was rapid and intense. And along the way, they've challenged our understanding of history, biology, and even the nature of reality itself. The story started in a clandestine tomb, far from the prying eyes of the modern world. Here, deep within the earth, these unique mummies had silently waited for millennia, preserving not just bodies, but mysteries. But it wasn't always this way. There was a time when their existence was unknown, when the only sound in that tomb was the whisper of wind through the ages. Then one day, everything changed. Their emergence into the world was nothing short of dramatic. As news of the discovery spread, so did the confusion and intrigue. Eyebrows raised at the mere mention of their names, the Nazca Mummies. What sets them apart from other archaeological finds? Why have they become a lightning rod for controversy? And how are they reshaping our perception of the past? Let's delve deeper into what makes these mummies so perplexing. At first glance, there's a stark contrast between the preserved remains and the conventional narrative of human evolution. Their elongated skulls, three-fingered hands, and unusual skeletal structure seem to challenge everything we thought we knew about human anatomy and development. How could such variations exist? Had we been taught the wrong version of history? The allure of the unknown was irresistible, and soon these mummies were synonymous with enigma. As the world grappled with these questions, a battle of narratives ensued. Those who believed proclaimed them as irrefutable evidence of ancient mysteries. Conversely, those who doubted branded them as cunning hoaxes, pointing fingers at those involved in their discovery and subsequent display. The skeptics argued that these mummies were a modern fabrication, perhaps assembled from animal parts, prosthetics, or even the remains of individuals with medical conditions like osteogenesis imperfecta. They pointed to inconsistencies and sought to unravel what they believed was a carefully constructed deception. But here's the crux of the matter. When faced with the unfamiliar, the instinct to categorize, to label as either real or fake, genuine or contrived, is deeply ingrained in us. It's a survival mechanism honed over millennia. Faced with the inexplicable, we've learned to seek an answer, a rational explanation in a chaotic world. So it's no surprise that the Nazca Mummies sparked this reaction. They forced us to confront the limitations of our current understanding, to acknowledge the gaps in our knowledge. However, amidst this cacophony of competing claims, one thing became increasingly clear. The story was far from over. The initial shock had given way to a thirst for answers. People yearned to separate fact from fiction, to understand the truth behind the three enigmatic mummies. And then a shift occurred. The tide began to turn as researchers stepped in, bringing with them the power of scientific inquiry. Their approach was meticulous, their tools advanced. They delved deeper into the mysteries, seeking tangible evidence to support or refute the various claims. CT scans revealed insights into the internal structure, shedding light on the very essence of these mummies. Metal implant analysis offered another layer of complexity, hinting at potential medical interventions. Soft tissue studies even resurrected fingerprints, connecting these ancient beings to the undeniable reality of our shared humanity. These scientific endeavors weren't conducted in a vacuum. They were part of a larger narrative, a story that was gradually unfolding piece by piece. Each new finding added a chapter, building upon previous discoveries and refining our understanding. However, the dissemination of these findings wasn't as straightforward as one might expect. Scientific communication, while precise and impactful, operates within its own set of constraints. Complex data analysis, the need for peer review, and the cautious use of language inherent to the scientific method all contribute to a narrative that is less prone to sensationalism, but also less accessible to the general public. This, in turn, created a breeding ground for speculation. Amidst the absence of widely disseminated scientific findings, the media seized the opportunity to fill the void. Headlines blared with sensational claims, perpetuating a cycle of intrigue and disbelief. Was it hoax or miracle? Alien intervention or human anomaly? The media's thirst for clicks and views amplified these questions, creating an echo chamber of uncertainty. This amplification effect wasn't limited to traditional media. The digital age and the rise of social media meant that anyone with an internet connection could become a purveyor of news. Videos, images, and theories spread like wildfire, transcending geographical boundaries and reaching millions in a matter of hours. So why do these mummies evoke such strong reactions? It's a testament to the profound impact they've had on our collective imagination. These aren't just ancient remains. They are symbols of the unknown, of the boundaries of human understanding. They embody our insatiable curiosity about the world and our place within it. In the face of such ambiguity, people retreat to what they know, clinging to existing beliefs or rejecting anything that challenges them. For some, the idea of extraterrestrial life is heretical, a notion that defies everything they hold sacred. For others, it's the only explanation that makes sense. How could anything else account for the unusual anatomy and features exhibited by these mummies? In this polarized environment, it's easy to feel like the search for answers will forever be elusive. But that doesn't mean we should abandon the quest. Instead, we must strive to bridge the divide between skepticism and belief, between science and sensationalism. We must demand transparency, question motives, and prioritize rigorous scientific analysis. Here's the hard truth. If these mummies are indeed authentic, it's a monumental discovery that could redefine our understanding of history and biology. On the other hand, if they are a hoax, it's a carefully orchestrated deception that raises serious ethical questions. Either way, we have much to learn. It's not enough to dismiss them as aliens or to accept them uncritically as proof of advanced ancient cultures. We need to engage with the data, however incomplete, and draw our own conclusions based on evidence. That's what it means to be informed, to be truly knowledgeable about the world around us. But beyond the debate, there's a deeper cultural issue at play. The Nazca Mummies expose the limitations of our current systems, the biases that color our perceptions, and the dangers of clinging too tightly to existing narratives. They challenge us to confront our own preconceptions and to question the very foundations of our understanding. If these mummies are indeed a hoax, they serve as a reminder of the lengths to which some will go to perpetuate falsehoods. If they're genuine, they underscore the urgent need to reevaluate our assumptions about the ancient world and the capabilities of our ancestors. Either way, we have a lot to learn. These mummies aren't just relics of the past. They are catalysts for change, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truths that lie at the intersection of belief and skepticism. They remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing journey, one that demands patience, critical thinking, and above all, a willingness to embrace the unknown. As the scientific community continues to analyze these enigmatic remains, the rest of us have an opportunity to reflect on our role in this narrative. We must resist the urge to jump to conclusions and instead embrace the discomfort of uncertainty. We must value transparency and accountability, demanding that those who unearth such mysteries do so with the utmost integrity. Most importantly, we must remember that we're all part of this story, whether we believe in aliens, ancient wisdom, or anything in between. The Nazca Mummies have ignited a firestorm of controversy, but from the ashes of doubt, we can forge a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They stand as silent sentinels, guarding secrets from a bygone era. And as long as there are those who dare to explore the fringes of human understanding, their legacy will continue to captivate and challenge us. What are your thoughts on the Nazca Mummies? Do you think they are genuine artifacts of a mysterious past, or are they a cleverly crafted hoax? Share your thoughts below. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the enigmatic world of the Nazca Mummies. If you enjoyed this exploration into the heart of one of the most controversial archaeological finds of recent times, I invite you to subscribe for more captivating journeys into the world of history and discovery. The Nazca mummies have captivated our collective imagination. For 9 chapters, we've delved deep, scrutinizing every detail from their perplexing origins to their astonishing anatomical structure. After meticulously dissecting their existence, it's time to take a step back. What do we genuinely know, understand, and comprehend about these enigmatic beings? Join us as we reflect on what we've learned, shedding light on the most crucial takeaways from our journey through the intricate world of the Nazca mummies. Deciphering authenticity, a tapestry of evidence. Our journey began with the intriguing question, are the Nazca mummies genuine or a modern fabrication? Given their unconventional appearance and challenging origins, this was a fair point of inquiry. As we dug deeper, we uncovered a tapestry of evidence woven with scientific insights and historical context. One standout piece was their lifelike state of preservation. This goes beyond typical mummies. Every digit, joint, and bone fits perfectly, a biological jigsaw puzzle. Such structural integrity is rare even in mummified remains, lending credence to their authenticity. The embedded fingernails and soft tissue alignment pointed towards reality rather than artifice. CT scans by Dmitry Galetsky and other radiologists unveiled uninterrupted skeletal systems, further solidifying their structural wholeness. A chronicle of discovery, unveiling the enigma. Amidst the arid plains of southern Peru lies the Nazca, a region rich in history, yet shrouded in enigma. Our story unfolds here, focusing on a startling find made in 2020 when looters unearthed 3 mummies. Found separately, these beings immediately challenged conventional understanding. Wrapped in fabric and resembling wax figures, they presented a puzzling spectacle. The initial images that surfaced were fragmentary, offering glimpses of elongated skulls and humanoid features. Yet these images were tainted by claims of authenticity or hoax, adding to the enigma. An intimate anatomical exploration, beyond the surface. As our investigation deepened, so did our anatomical exploration. We journeyed through the complexities of the mummy's skeletal structure, highlighting the uniqueness of their anatomy. Elongated skulls and small cranial capacity raised questions about their taxonomic classification. While some believed they pertained to Homo sapiens, others argued for a distinct species. The 3-fingered hands and unusual vertebral structure added to the puzzle. Such anatomical peculiarities transcended simple classification, hinting at a chapter of human history previously unknown or perhaps forgotten. Our exploration extended to soft tissue, shedding light on the mummies' health and lifespans. Remarkably, they exhibited no signs of major ailments, suggesting a robust constitution. The absence of diseases like tuberculosis or leprosy indicated a different trajectory from traditional human history. Moreover, our examination encompassed the metal implants found within the mummies. These enigmatic objects posed numerous questions about their nature, function, and insertion methods. Were they technological implants or part of ancient rituals? We don't have a definite answer, but we recognize their significance in broadening our understanding of these enigmatic beings. Mummies, mummy, fake or not, a deep dive into skepticism and belief. As we peeled back the layers of the Nazca mummies, we encountered a spectrum of opinions ranging from skepticism to belief. It's important to acknowledge this dichotomy, especially when dealing with such unprecedented finds. Our approach has been one of balanced inquiry, where we've presented the evidence without forcing a particular narrative. Early on, there were suggestions that the mummies were fabricated. The notion that they were crafted in laboratories seemed plausible, given the uncanny, lifelike state of their features. However, closer scrutiny revealed anatomical complexity that transcended any known mummification process. Their structure, soft tissue alignment, and embedded fingernails suggested a different story, one that hinted at reality rather than fiction. Throughout our exploration, we've considered various viewpoints, including those that defy conventional thinking. The idea that these beings could represent a lost chapter of human history or a hidden lineage is both intriguing and thought-provoking. By keeping an open mind, we aim to navigate this complex terrain, ensuring that every piece of the puzzle is examined fairly. Unveiling history's secrets, a glimpse into the past. As we've delved into the realm of the Nazca Mummies, we've also engaged with historical records, seeking connections and contrasts. Our exploration has led us to examine the Paracas culture, particularly their distinctive elongated skulls. By comparing the physical characteristics and cultural context of the Paracas people, we've gained a broader perspective on the Nazca Mummies. This historical lens has allowed us to appreciate the unique position of these enigmatic beings within a larger narrative of ancient civilizations. Understanding the history of the region and its inhabitants has been crucial in interpreting the Nazca Mummies as potential members of these ancient cultures. The allure of the unknown, embracing mystery in a world of answers. In an era where instant answers are often at our fingertips, the Nazca Mummies stand as a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. Their existence challenges our innate human curiosity, compelling us to seek understanding in the face of uncertainty. As we've navigated the complexities of their anatomy, origins, and cultural context, we've embraced the mystery that surrounds them. The Nazca Mummies serve as a reminder that there are still chapters of history waiting to be uncovered and secrets of our past that remain hidden. And yet it is precisely this mystery that captivates our collective imagination, driving us to explore the boundaries of our understanding and to marvel at the enigma that lies at the heart of our existence. Science and its limitations. Acknowledging the boundaries of knowledge. Our journey has not been without its limitations, primarily those imposed by the current state of scientific research. There are aspects of the Nazca Mummies that science cannot yet explain, leaving us at the edge of our current understanding. This is where our investigation has reached a natural stopping point. Despite the remarkable strides made in fields like genetics and imaging technology, there are still gaps in our knowledge. The full sequencing of the mummy's DNA, along with more in-depth isotopic studies, holds the potential to unlock many of the secrets that remain hidden. But until those studies are completed, we are bound by the limitations of what we currently know. These boundaries, however, should not be seen as obstacles, but rather as guides for future research. They highlight the areas where scientific exploration is needed, reminding us that there is always more to discover and understand. The power of collaboration, uniting expertise for a comprehensive understanding. The exploration of the Nazca Mummies has underscored the power of collaboration in unraveling complex mysteries. This is an area where expertise from various fields converges, creating a comprehensive and nuanced understanding of these enigmatic beings. By uniting the insights of archaeologists, geneticists, anthropologists, imaging specialists, and historians, we've been able to piece together a richer, more detailed narrative. The Nazca Mummies challenge us to think across disciplinary boundaries, recognizing that the most intricate puzzles often require a tapestry of perspectives to solve. The importance of context, culture, society, and the tapestry of history. Understanding the cultural and societal context in which the Nazca Mummies existed is paramount to unraveling their story. This is not merely an academic pursuit, but a way to honor the potential members of a long-lost culture and give voice to those whose stories have been silenced by time. By exploring the history of the region, its customs, beliefs, and societal norms, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of their lives and the forces that shaped their world. The Nazca Mummies, therefore, invite us to see ourselves within a broader historical tapestry, reminding us that our present is deeply rooted in the past. Embracing curiosity, celebrating the spirit of inquiry. At the core of our exploration of the Nazca Mummies is a celebration of curiosity. This is the driving force that pushes us to question, to explore, and to seek understanding in the face of the unknown. It is this spirit of inquiry that has fueled our journey through the intricacies of their existence, encouraging us to embrace the mystery that surrounds them. The Nazca Mummies, with their enigmatic presence, ignite our curiosity, reminding us of the boundless wonders that our world holds. As we bring our exploration of the Nazca Mummies to its conclusion, let us carry forward the lessons that they've taught us. Let their story be a testament to the power of observation, the importance of context, the value of collaboration, and above all, the endless possibilities that lie at the intersection of science and discovery. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Together, we've delved into the depths of the unknown, seeking answers among the whispers of history. If you enjoyed this adventure, please stay tuned for more expeditions into the uncharted territories of our past. Remember, the thirst for knowledge is a journey without end, and we're here to guide you through every exhilarating twist and turn. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep seeking answers, and above all, keep embracing the untamed spirit of discovery.